Beep, beep, beep. Good morning. It's 3 a.m. Brain fart. March 7th, 2024. I am doing a stream to keep myself awake, essentially. Don't know how long it's going to last for or what the quality will be. This is in part a test for quality. Doing something different with my microphone on my mobile device tonight. But I do anticipate probably getting interrupted by some trucks here. Not sure how long I'll be running. We'll see. A couple things I wanted to get into. So obviously I won't have the capability of using my Chromebook. So I don't have any Wi-Fi right now. So first off, I'll just show you this.
It's a reflection of Jesus in his church, because a lot of the scriptures, the terms where it says he fills you with the Holy Ghost, it's actually a sexual term. It actually means like sperm going into like intimacy that way. And even scientifically, we've found that, when a man and a woman become one and his sperm goes in the woman, that his DNA becomes part of her. It actually goes into her brain and she becomes one with him. But yet the woman can't transfer her DNA back to the man. So it showed the proof of how Christ is with his church. Like he transfers to us, we don't transfer to him.
Right. So you heard it here first. When a man procreates with a woman, sperm becomes part of the woman. It goes into her brain. Right? Is that the way it works? Just love the look on her face, though. Catch that? She did not look like she was in agreement. The things you'll find on the internet. That's not what we're here to discuss, though. I'm actually just trying to rid myself of an obsession. So many people here, I have obsession in my mind. Actually, I might have multiple obsessions in my mind. How do you rid yourself of obsession? Suggestions in the side chat. All right. So I did this clip from Togg's channel with Togg and Jill, and I got it horribly wrong. Well, I got it pretty wrong. So I'll try to see, maybe address it here, and then I may clip it if it's any good. So we'll see how that works out for us.
They could float. So what the atheists are forced to do now in their cultish cult called evolutionism is they're forced to now throw a Brontosaurus Rex or some grown dinosaur. It weighs like 4 tons. They're going to put that on the boat so that the boat will sink.
Isn't that evolutionist or not young Earth creationist as well?
So yeah, that's young Earth creationism. Any creationism that takes the flood story literally. So the atheists and their cultish cult, is it cult-like or is it a cult? I think you just feel like you have to throw that one back at us, like, because some atheists call Christianity a cult, right? But I don't think most atheists call like all of Christianity a cult, right? It's like there are denominations of Christianity that are cults. They become cults, right? Like usually. See, so he said it's not that he's saying atheism is the cult. Evolutionism says it's the cult. And I can see there could be cults within evolutionism. I've never heard of them, but I think they may exist. That is possible. Sandy just played back from the beginning. With the sperm entering the woman's brain. I thought that was rich. So yeah, there could be cults within evolutionism. That wouldn't be like, but Jill knows because we were talking about this on my stream. You don't have to be an atheist to be an evolutionist. You could be a theistic evolutionist. You can believe in theism or deism of all flavors and still subscribe to evolution theory. So you could have a theistic evolution cult, right? Evolutionism cult. So it wouldn't be an atheist. So I've never heard of this atheist evolutionist cult. I'd love to join it. But evolutionism in of itself cannot be a cult. That wouldn't make sense. Nor is it a religion. Maybe it should be. We should have the Church of Evolutionism. We'll bow down to altars, shrines of Charles Darwin and the Ape Man, Christopher Hitchens, and we'll do that. Burn candles and we'll say atheist prayers to the gods of atheism. I think we've done this one before, haven't we? How would we make it a cult, though? Like, cult, by definition, I think is this. There's cult of personality. You'd have to have a good leader, like a living representative, right? Should we elect one? Maybe Matt Dillahunty? Christian Carpenter says Christians who believe in evolution are treated terribly by the other Christians on YouTube. I can imagine. I can imagine. I actually was listening to I listened to this Catholic daily, whatever they do, like like 5 minutes a day, among their other content. I can't remember what it's called now, but the one today was well, it was talking essentially about the Sabbath, but then it brought up anyway. They brought up evolution as if it was like no big deal. It's just like integrated into the doctrine. Like, oh, try. Yeah, like God started evolution, man. I mean, it's not a terrible argument, but I could see how the fundies would get after him. So I have been clipping. Well, I was until yesterday, clipping shorts from that 10-hour stream to break it down into like more manageable conversation bites, and then I'm gonna. So I've got 3 of those clips ready to go, so I can release them later on in the week when I'm not making content or anything. And then I'm doing time stamping them, kind of quick reference the conversation that we had with, especially there were a couple of portions with Richard Madsen and Jill and P-Town that I thought were really interesting. So. So I got those all clipped up. I've still got a few more, obviously it's a 10-hour stream, so still got a few more hours to go through, but I've got 3 ready to go right now. And my brain is glitching. Mental headspace has not been amazing. I've been, talking to people about it and stuff, talking on here about it. It's just constant when you're obsessed with a person or a thing or whatever, an idea, a construct, a potential something. So I've got plans on Saturday to do something social, I guess, sort of. Yeah, social. Um, See how that goes. I'm supposed to do another social activity this week, but week seems to be flying by, and we haven't confirmed the thing is happening. So, not holding my breath at this stage. No. The whole 10 hours wasn't spent with Jill. Jill was there for quite a while, but no, actually, I did like the first almost half the stream by myself, watching videos, and then Tog came in for a little bit. Tog actually went to bed and then woke up and came back in after he woke up. Um, so Tog came in, and then Mikey was here. I was talking to Mikey CS4 for a little bit. God, there were several people. Midnight, P Town, my buddy Underdogs. So no, it was there was a lot going on. I just kept it running all night. So no, my brain is glitching because of me issues. Um, I'm trying to make those calls. I really need to get on that because I've got the time off of work now, and I got about 3 weeks. So I go back in for my tune-up out there on the farm. It's just a 3-day stay over the weekend, and so I need to get all my affairs in order. Talk to my doctor, get back into my group, or see about maybe getting into a different group. I don't know if the morning scheduled group is working out for me with my work schedule. I want to see about maybe getting into the evening group and seeing if that works better. But in the meantime, I need therapy. I need I need I need intensive therapy. It's just I keep unloading, and you don't want to hear that shit. So I'm trying to figure out with my health insurance plan and whatever. Because when I talked to them, they were like, "Well, the guy you've been talking to is supposed to be your therapist," and I was like, "Oh," because I was under the impression I was seeing him for something else, But if I'm supposed to, so and I already told him like I needed more frequent sessions, like regardless. So, like, yeah, because I'm only seeing him like once every 3 months or something, on average. Yes, yes, removing myself from the environment, but it's not just the environment, right? It's like right now I am like I am obsessed. I'm I can't remove myself from my brain, right? That's the goal here. Um, as much as I'd like to, I just can't engineer these outcomes, and and so now I'm trying to like figure out a way, like some kind of replacement therapy for this relationship thing or whatever it is, you know, um, and basically I guess it do you get into just another oh shit truck. Yeah, into another situation where either you or the other person, right, is gonna, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well because you're stuck on this one thing, and all you're looking for is a distraction. And when I say you, I'm talking about me. You know, and you like, I don't really want to do that to somebody. I don't want to be that guy. It just seems like kind of a dick move. At the same time, I don't want to be stuck in the same loop I'm in right now. And it's not going away. It's not like just. I think I might need some form of closure, and I might not get that closure. Hence therapy. But in the meantime, you take care of this stuff for me, stuff or whatever, I guess, and just do that because that's all I can do. And then doodling here off and on. I think I'm getting better. I might start trying to draw again. My hands aren't shaky, and yeah, I guess that's the main thing right now. So I have something a little different. Picked this up earlier. This is from a publication called the California Leaf. Just call it our weed news. Cannabis stocks fall despite soaring markets. A report on the top 100 cannabis stocks shows 14% losses against an overall growing market in 2023. Technology continues to lead the way on both sides of the stock market's growth, with AI guiding investor strategies using amazing computing power to maximize profits, resulting in companies like OpenAI that are worth billions of dollars in this new tech revolution. Sadly, these gains have not reached the pod industry, where against all odds and inflationary pressures, cannabis as a commodity has seen major price drops alongside the skyrocketing cost of goods, labor, and services. The cycle of producers growing the same volumes while charging less money for their flower, joints, and other products might lead to happy customers and sales at dispensaries, but the end result has been constriction and losses for many cannabis companies in 2023. The cannabis stock marketplace has always been volatile, and the news that the sector dropped 14% against the S&P 500's general market growth of 23% at time of print will surely shock investors and have a chilling effect on multi-state operators in the new year. With hundreds of millions of dollars in shareholder value lost across the pot stock market, there are only two cannabis companies holding on to billion-dollar valuations, though Curaleaf and Innovative Industrial are still taking losses year to date, according to Markets Insider. So what does this mean for the industry's hopes and fears of billion-dollar valuations and corporate takeovers of the pot industry? Right now, the smaller companies with cash on their books and clean debt sheets are likely to gain in value. While the tightening of belts with investors could hurt companies whose shareholder structure requires the pursuit of profit, will 2024 be the year of the noble farmer as prices stabilize and consolidations and failures leave more to harvest for those survivors? While our crystal ball is surely broken, we won't be buying pot stocks anytime soon. Text message here. Oh, yes. I see that. High bar set for California cannabis users hiring and firing. California cannabis users will soon be protected against discrimination for their medical or recreational use of the plant, ending one of the longest-running tools of the war on drugs. These changes come via an amendment to the state's Fair Employment and Housing Act, AB 2188, that took effect on January 1st, 2024. The new law states that it is illegal for an employer to not hire, penalize, or fire a person for their use of cannabis outside of the workplace. While most American companies do not have a policy regarding alcohol use on weekends or outside of work, many small businesses and corporations alike false alarm, used drug screening to weed out bad hires, inadvertently catching medical patients or recreational consumers of cannabis in a snare meant for those with addictive drug issues. With alcohol responsible for more than 140,000 deaths and linked to 232 million missed workdays annually, according to the Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis, it seems that the real culprit behind the noxious weekend flu and low productivity can be blamed on weekend boozing, not the use of cannabis at home. In addition to the hiring and firing protections, companies will no longer be able to use drug tests to target cannabis users, and it will be illegal to ask during the interview process if a job applicant uses the plant. Coming from the state that first legalized medical use in 1996, this is both a landmark change and a long overdue step in dismantling the war on drugs' continued impact. Hey, Mikey Seuss4, good to see you. All right, we got another one here for you. Was Prince Harry sent to rehab for weed? The beloved and beleaguered Duke of Wessex has long been lambasted for his experimentation with drugs as a youth, and a new made-for-TV revelation adds to the drama of his alleged reckless behaviors with a visit to rehab. Reality TV lovers and fans of all things royal have been clinging to episodes of The Crown Season 6, with a somehow shocking scene depicting 17-year-old Prince Harry discussing being sent to rehab when his father found a stash of weed. This was big news back in 2002, when the BBC reported that Prince Harry was sent to a drugs rehabilitation clinic for a day after he admitted smoking cannabis and drinking alcohol. But according to Prince Harry in his memoir, Spare, the event never happened. His claim? That tabloids used a prior photo of him during a royal visit to a treatment center, using the photos in a sordid attempt to sell papers. It seems the writers of The Crown didn't read his memoir, and used the now debunked story as a plotline in the show. What's not in doubt is whether the prince has done drugs, as he did admit to using cocaine occasionally at parties and smoking cannabis in his bathroom while dodging a security detail. He told Vanity Fair that cannabis use really did help me, and that he has also used psychedelics like psilocybin for medicinal purposes. He went on to say that mushrooms, quote, brought me a sense of relaxation, relief, comfort, a lightness that I managed to hold back for a period of time. I started doing it recreationally, and then started to realize how good it was for me. I would say it is one of the fundamental parts of my life that changed me and helped me deal with traumas and the pains of the past. While his personal use hasn't led to any political changes in British law regarding cannabis or mushrooms, both of which are illegal to grow, possess, distribute, or sell in the UK, luckily Amsterdam is only a train ride away for those seeking therapy and fun. Weed news, and there's plenty of advertisements. It's mostly advertisements. Huh. Cannabis infused bubble bath. Yes, that's from the California Leaf. So I found this really interesting video halfway through it now. I'm probably going to play it on the channel the next time I get a chance to do something like that. It's on something called Philosophical Neurosis. That was really fascinating. It talks about some concepts that I've been kind of thinking about for a while. So yeah, that was really good. and I'll bring it over here. I'm probably gonna go finish watching that. And let's see, well, we got 3:25 a.m. The weed news, business stuff. The only other thing I'm probably gonna end up doing is a vulgar display of masochism. I'm gonna be doing like a long atheist helpline stream. There's a couple of those that I want to watch. I know it hurts so good. So that'll be coming up soonish here. I do have the capability if I could pre-record videos and then go edit and upload them at the library. So I may be doing that. I've also got InShot back, as you saw the clip I played, so I can do those videos. But my phone storage is terrible. It's absolutely horrible. So got to do something about that. I really have to replace my phone, but I just can't afford to do that right now. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a morning, or a night, or a day. Which one is it? A week or a day? A weekday. In the preceding chapters, you have learned something of alcoholism. We hope we have made clear the distinction between the alcoholic and the non-alcoholic. If, when you honestly want to, you find you cannot quit entirely, or if when drinking you have little control over the amount you take, you are probably alcoholic. If that be the case, you may be suffering from an illness, which only a spiritual experience will conquer. Aha. Foiled again.
It's a reflection of Jesus in his church, because a lot of the scriptures, the terms where it says he fills you with the Holy Ghost, it's actually a sexual term. It actually means like sperm going into like intimacy that way. And even scientifically, we found that, when a man and a woman become one and his sperm goes in the woman, that his DNA becomes part of her. It actually goes into her brain and she becomes one with him. But yet the woman can't transfer her DNA back to the man. So it like showed the proof of how Christ is with his church. Like he transfers to us, we don't transfer to him.
His DNA becomes part of her. He goes to her brain. Citation fucking needed, man. Citation needed. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Well, as I always say, because I say the same thing at the end of every show, have a great day. Be well. Stay trusty. And be kind. And do good things. Don't be a stupid monkey. And don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's bad for you. All right. Bye-bye.